Alright. Bro.
Initial thoughts? Yes.
First off,
Spider-Man's a bitch.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that. First off, the way
I gotta know why though.
all I'm saying is the way that this is supposed to be like a love letter to his deceased girlfriend who he still has feelings for, and midway through he starts talking about MJ and then tries defending himself throughout it,
To
going
her?
going, oh yeah, you don't understand, you gotta understand, and crap like that. I don't.
Honestly, okay, so the way I perceive this, it goes in a full circle. Gwen, MJ, and Peter. None of them were truly right. And I guess we can give it to them considering this is what, high school? College?
College. Like, I think it's
Yeah,
early
started.
college. Hold up, real quick. Before we continue, we didn't even say what book we're doing.
Spider-Man Blue.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
there you go.
Spider-Man sucks.
Peter Parker was a asshole there. Though I
So
will
was-
state,
How are we gonna,
Hmm?
be absolutely in love with Gwen and Aries MJ?
Okay, so the reason he married MJ was because after MJ died,
Gwen?
or after Gwen died, MJ, as it stated in there, she realized, like, the party can't always continue. He tried turning her away. He tried wanting to be alone. But MJ wanted another person, and they both were connecting over the fact that they lost her. And Peter and MJ ended up hitting it off because of this. That's the only reason.
So they trauma bonded.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
And that's why it doesn't work now. But that's genuinely besides the point, because in this story, I feel this is the worst depiction of Gwen Stacy.
I feel that to an extent, yes, but I did like how they depicted. I liked how they depicted Peter falling in love with her.
Yes. But I don't know. I say this is the worst depiction of Gwen Stacy because, in my opinion, she's just another copy and paste of Mary Jane.
I feel that too, yeah.
Because in most iterations where Gwen Stacy falls in love with Peter Parker and MJ is still in the picture, she leaves Peter Parker alone if she realizes that Peter likes MJ. Not in this scenario where MJ and Gwen are now going at each other over who likes Peter, when technically MJ was still with Harry Osborn for that current moment, and she was also messing with Flash. MJ is not a good person. No one can tell me that she is, bro. I don't care.
So
I hate MJ.
I feel like MJ in this story, MJ in college years, even when she's in high school things and depicted there, which she was never in the comics with them at high school. Point is, though, with the way that she's depicted at first, I dislike her character up until she changes. And stuff like Spider-Man 1, like the video game Insomniac, that MJ was really good. Because it was an MJ that actually matured into wanting to...
No. I do not think MJ changed at all. I think she just changed the way she acts. So, and technically, what I mean is, sure, in this Spider-Man Blue, MJ exists between dating Harry Osborn, messing around with Peter and Flash. Mm-hmm. And then that evolves into her being petty in Spider-Man 1 about stupid stuff. Like, my God, Peter just saved a plane from falling out of the sky, and MJ's worried about something else, and she's off trying to get herself killed around trained killers with a stun gun. Like, if plot did not exist, she would have died.
You know what? That's actually kind of fair, yeah.
MJ does not change at all. The only way we think she does is because we are following Peter Parker, and we are seeing how he sees MJ.
That's also very fair.
That's why I never liked MJ, bro. Especially now, bro. Like, what? She aggravates me, so.
Not gonna lie, you're right.
Bro, all I'm saying, though, is at the end of the day, too, I feel like if Gwen Stacy remained with them, she was the better option the entire time.
Oh yeah,
Because
Definitely.
this comic itself has, first off, I loved seeing Peter like slowly fall in love with it. I like the theme. I really like the theme of the bad happens before good things can happen for Peter, because that's prevalent throughout his entire run. And looking back on it, stuff like, how would I put it? Stuff like the One More Day, that was a bad thing, and then good happens after it. Although not
I will throw in a
fully.
note that I hate the fact that that is eternally Spider-Man's life.
Yes,
Like,
I hate that
we
too.
we could have one issue where Peter stays at home and has fun with Mary Jane, and then next issue, both his kids have gotten kidnapped, Harry Osborn's dead, Green Goblin's back and is trying to kill MJ. And he succeeds in at least 90% of those things, and now Peter's alone for the next 5 years of his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the writers genuinely hate Spider-Man.
They
And
do.
that's cool. But I hope in this Marvel reset that's coming in like 3 months, they just put Spider-Man back in high school to college and let him be happy.
Yep.
So I hope they stick with Gwen. I like the because of this comic run, I want the reset to not have Gwen die, period.
Indeed.
With this being said, though, I do want to say, Kaya, I don't think you've read this comic yet, but eventually we'll get to it. Ultimate Spider-Man, the newest one, I absolutely love the depiction of MJ there.
Yeah.
She is a actual loving housewife who supports him in the things he does, despite how dangerous it is and can be.
I will also say, with how both Gwen and MJ were created, that version of MJ is Gwen with red hair.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because in all iterations of Gwen Stacy being with Peter Parker and knowing he's Spider-Man, she supports him all the way.
No.
Like,
no. There is
most
still
times.
the iterations where she hates him at first because of her dad being the police captain, and she died, or her dad dies, right?
But that's true, but what? Her dad being the police captain is only a few iterations of Gwen.
Yeah. I still gotta say my favorite iteration of Gwen overall still has to be Spectacular Spider-Man.
In fact, no. Only purely because I do not like the way they did her. I just don't like the way the writer screwed her over, bro.
The very end of the series was crappy. The way that she like promised to break up with Harry to get with Peter after Peter broke up with Liz, and then just abandons Peter because Harry like guilt tripped her into it.
We also have to take into account that Harry Osborn is not a good person. And he never will be. In any iteration of Spider-Man, he is the same way as his father. He's consumed by greed.
Yeah, or doing drugs. That's
Virtue.
That too.
yeah. With that being said, what was y'all's thoughts on Kraven the Hunter during this? Because he was like the big bad that came throughout it. Right?
Kraven the Hunter's always, to me, he's always going to be the same, bro. Kraven the Hunter's Kraven the Hunter.
Yep.
His one goal is always the same. His motives don't change. Nothing changes for Kraven. He's one of the few Spider-Man characters that have stayed static, do everything.
I disagree with that to an extent. He did die during that one run, although they just revived him a few years later to have him resume the same thing. Point is, though, with this, I thought they were gonna go a route of Nightfall, which, Kaya, you haven't read yet, but is on our list. Slight tiny spoilers for it. Batman has to fight all of his big bads at once, and then Bane comes in at the very end to finish him off. And that's what I thought was going to end up happening with this. But it didn't, and that annoyed me a little bit, because why in the world would Kraven the Hunter start sending all these big bads after him, only for him to wait until he's finally recovered from being sick to then jump him? You know?
Yeah, that's the way Kraven works. So, think of it like Taskmaster studying videos of Captain America before he fights the Avengers. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Kraven is sending Spider-Man's main villains towards him to see how Spider-Man works. And then after he's recovered from all that, he's going to fight Spider-Man at his best. Because he likes hunting. He likes the thrill of it. If he really wanted Spider-Man dead, he could have killed him.
I get that. My only thing is, to me, it just seems idiotic. Because I get it was a mini-series. They had 6 issues to work with. They built up a big bad, but the fact that they built him up over I want to say 5 out of the 6 issues, and then at the very end, he gets maybe a few panels, and then he's done. The fight goes real fast.
I mean, because he's fighting Prime Spider-Man. You got to take into account, Kraven in this era did not have the same abilities or powers he has now.
That's true.
Now, current Kraven is like some beast, bro. Like, he can go hand in hand with Spider-Man.
So, real quick, I do have another thing to say. Mm-hmm. Did y'all also, when y'all were reading the first 2 chapters and when J. Jonah Jameson appeared, did y'all also have him voiced in your head by, what's his name?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yep.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I always do, every single time.
Because
Jameson, that is him.
I forgot his name, crap.
Simmons something.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons.
There it is.
Yep.
But I was sitting there reading it, and I was like, oh crap, J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
There's been multiple actors for MJ. There's been multiple actors for Spider-Man. There's been multiple actors for Vulture or such and such, right? Be that voice actors or actors. There is only J. Jonah Jameson as J.K. Simmons. There's probably a few times where J.K. Simmons isn't J. Jonah Jameson, but it's happened so many times now, he's just him.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead.
Speaking of actors, bro, who's the best Spider-Man actor to y'all, bro? This is a valid question. My answer stays the same. It never changes.
I feel like it's gotta be Toby, but I wish Andrew had more of a chance, because he should have gotten a 3rd movie.
Andrew's the best Spider-Man, bro. I don't care.
Kyle, what's your thoughts?
Better question, has he seen all of the movies?
Yes.
All right.
My only argument for Toby is the fact that Toby, he got his full... We've seen his full character arc, right? We've seen it all.
Garfield is the only Spider-Man actor not to have his full run.
Yeah. Now, go ahead.
All I'm going to say is that I think the 3 of them all embody certain aspects of Spider-Man. They're not 100% Spider-Man. They just are good at certain aspects of being Spider-Man. Because, Tom Holland has the young, spry, innocent aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because he is in high school.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire has the darker, more, I would say more serious aspect of it.
I feel like he's a better Spider-Man than all the other ones.
That's fair, but I'm saying if you combined all 3 of them, he would be the perfect Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
this is very true. feel
I don't have one favorite.
I mean, technically you lie, but like if I'm going to rewatch Spider-Man movies, I start with Andrew's, then I hit Tobey's, and I never really rewatched Tom's movies. I'm not gonna lie.
So the problem with rewatching Tom's movies is the fact that due to it's interconnected to all sorts of different movies, and if you want a real big refresher on it, you're gonna end up having to watch Civil War.
You really don't have to watch Civil War
His
though.
own movies. I mean,
Yeah.
like there was just him in it, but like they're all connected to different shit. He
Yeah.
didn't just have a Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true.
My other thing with it is I feel like Tom, due to the fact that he already has other movies that are coming out, Brand New Days, it going to come out soon. By that I mean like a year from now, probably. But point with it is, I 100% feel like Tom Holland he's gonna have more to him. You know, his Spider-Man is going to have more simply due to the fact that he gets more than a trilogy.
This is true. It really depends on how they write him in this fourth movie, because Tobey, we got to see him with black suit. We got to see him do everything that he needed to do in the last two movies. The very first movie when MJ was stomping on homie. So, in the second movie, kind of mellowed out. Third movie, I ain't gonna lie, that was peak.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
I think that was all I really had to say for him.
That's fair. Genuinely though, I feel like at the end of the day, I wish Andrew had gotten his third movie. Because the way we ended off with Gwen dying for him, I wish we saw a Spider-Man who essentially had nothing now.
I think we need to look at it as each actor represents a different time or era in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Tobey represents the true peak, the golden age of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Before writers started like diddling him every time they had a chance.
Which
Andrew Garfield
really needs to stop.
represents the point from when he gets out of high school and he's just becoming Spider-Man. He meets Gwen, and Gwen dies the Green Goblin. And now his third movie would have been the years after that. But I guess they feel like they did it justice in No Way Home. And I'm going to say this. This is probably the worst take y'all will ever hear me say. No Way Home was not that good.
So, I gotta agree somewhat. Yes, it's good, but it's also very nostalgia heavy.
That is the only reason it did well in the box office. If they did not bring back Tobey and Andrew, I believe the movie would have fell flat.
I did like the ending, though.
That's true. Like, yeah. I just think it would have fell flat. Like, even before that movie came out, everyone was tired of multiverse movies because that's all Marvel was pushing.
Yep.
Yeah. So if they didn't use nostalgia of Tobey and Andrew, I believe it would have fell flat because.
So that's actually the reason I think Doomsday is going to end up falling flat, because they're leaning too heavily on the nostalgia.
It depends. It depends on how well they write Doom and how well they use the X-Men cast.
It's not just the X-Men. The returning characters, too. The fact that they're bringing back Cap, they have to write him well.
That's true, but they never really flopped on a Cap writing. Purely because it is Chris Evans. In every portrayal of Captain America, we've seen him be true to Captain America. So I'm not worried about them failing with Captain America. So Sam Wilson's Captain America, sure. I'm worried about them butchering the mess out of that character. But the X-Men, considering how Fox did them, and this is a full reset for them.
Yeah.
It falls on, and then they're introducing a new big bad. Thanos, that was easy.
Thanos they built up towards. No offense to the writers for them, they had... How many movies have they built up Doctor Doom?
They had... So, Avengers came out... So, the start of Marvel Universe was 2008, but Avengers was 2012, and Endgame happened in 2020. 2019. So they had over, what, 8-9 years to build that up.
They only put him in like 2 movies and as like the end credits, and that's about it, right? Because they put him in the end credit for Fantastic Four, and then teased Fantastic Four in Thunderbolts, and then I think it's just one, yeah.
Yeah.
Kaya, have you seen the Thunderbolts or the Fantastic Four movie?
I have not seen the Fantastic Four movie because I did not like who they casted for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Aside from me actively liking Johnny Storm, I hate everybody in the family.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yep.
Pedro Pascal wasn't that good, though
No.
people kind of dick ride him. Not gonna lie.
I blame it on writing once more. They rehash the same Fantastic Four story they do all the time.
Pretty much, yeah. Galactus comes to Earth and they gotta stop him. Vanessa Kirby, she was an okay actor, and I don't really know the names.
Give me back Jessica Alba. Please. I would beg on my hands and knees.
Gabe, you would do a lot for a lot of different things. I'm telling you right now, Gabe would do unspeakable acts for Cyclops and Marvel Rivals.
I would. That is so true. I would do unspeakable acts to have him in the Doomsday movie, but I have a good feeling that they're going to start us off like X-Men Last Stand, and over half the X-Men get killed by Sentinels.
I have a funny feeling that they're not going to kill off Cyclops, though.
I don't think they are either, but Xavier is going to die, and so is Magneto.
That, I feel like Magneto might. Xavier's definitely. Xavier's
and then,
dead.
On top of that, before Doomsday comes out, we will get our first look at the new Jean Grey and Spider-Man Brand New Day.
That is true. That is what I've heard.
Sadie Sink is either going to be Black Cat or Jean Grey. There's no other choice.
I've heard that she might be a villain, though.
But they've already released that she has telepathy powers. Like she's a psychic or whatever.
I'm hoping she's Jean Grey too, but I don't know. This is far future stuff. We're not going to be seeing this until like probably 2027, 2030, or 2030, whatever.
Can't happen. Only because Doomsday releases December 18th of this year.
That's fair. Oh,
which
crap,
means Spider-Man Brand New Day is June of this year.
Bro, why is that so close?
Exactly. This year is filled with nothing but back-to-back peak. Next month, we're getting Resident Evil and a new Lego Batman game.
Gabe's already on this.
Look, bro, I've been watching. I got to. All
right, keep back to Spider-Man Blue though, because we got very off topic, very fast. Yes, we. With that said, though, who do y'all think was the best character in this run, in this miniseries?
To me personally, this was not my favorite Spider-Man miniseries.
I gotta agree. To be honest, I thought it was going to be better. I heard that it was really good for a love story between Gwen and Peter. But the more I read about it...
They didn't even end up together!
Yeah, I did not like how it ended. I did not like how Gwen was, like, depicted. Like Gabe said...
The way they were writing it, I do not think they ever ended up together in this run.
Yeah, like Gabe said, this run she felt like a carbon copy of MJ, but with her hair dyed blonde.
Yeah.
I did like how she did certain things though, like making Peter's bed, helping Peter with the when he was unconscious, like when the new Vulture jumped him and he was sick and stuff like that. How she went to read him Huck and Finn. but at the same time, MJ went to give him soup.
I think
That's
that is the only difference between MJ and Gwen in this story. That's the only difference between MJ and Gwen in this story is the fact that Gwen Stacy went out of her way to learn more things about Peter, while as MJ just pops up and hopes to get that in.
Yeah, I also, so personally, I think the best character in this entire run, the character I think was up to written the best, was none other than Aunt May.
Yeah, for the 5 panels she had in here.
Bro, I gotta say though, the way they wrote her, I actually enjoyed
It's
her.
Aunt May.
So
Yeah, it's Aunt May. Yeah, it's just Aunt May.
genuinely,
They wrote her
like
Aunt May.
I feel like Jonah.
J. Jonah Jameson was good, but half the scenes that he was in was just Peter begging for money.
That's
J. Jonah
Jonathan never gave in.
Yes.
Jonathan never gave in. He held fast.
Half the scenes he was in, Peter was begging for money towards Jonah, and that was hilarious to me. That, and on top of it, I gotta say, I like how Flash ended in this series. I like how he had that one save, or like, Spider-Man saved him once, Peter saved him once, and Flash was like, wait, what am I doing with my life? And then bro was like, I gotta join the military.
Real. So best character-wise, if we separate Peter Parker from Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man to me. For like all the 5 scenes he truly had.
I did like the quips. I loved the quips he had in this episode. He was, or not episode, miniseries. He had so many quips, and they were all perfect. Because that was Spider-Man to me.
Right,
Peter, what's up?
I gotta do something right quick. I'll be back.
He's abandoning us.
Peter to me just seemed off first off, and y'all cannot tell me, or at least Kaya, since Gabe's gone, you cannot tell me the art style of this comic was not hilarious in so many scenes.
Oh, the art style was peak. I'll say that. It was great.
Yeah. I love the art style, except the way that they drew Gwen and MJ's faces. I feel like they were carbon copies, genuinely.
Well, that's what a lot of comics is. Just men that don't know how to draw women, and then they're like, "Oh, just hot woman," and then that's what they do. It's the same fucking person. It's like in One Piece.
Yeah,
same bit.
Rip Oda, but bro, you know what he does, right? He apparently he makes 2 circles and draws an hourglass underneath them.
Exactly.
That's literally what he stated he does.
In I will say in the manga they do look more like human beings than in the anime. The anime Toei animation fucking sucks.
Toei, however you say it, I actually hate the company for the simple fact of what they do to the characters, and they've been known to just sit there and change the story.
What I missed? What are we talking about? Who's changing what?
One Piece.
Art style.
Yeah, that too. Either way, I like the art style of the miniseries. I really liked it. The only thing I gotta say is I found y'all remember it's a very specific scene, but there is the scene where Gwen or Mary Jane is first introduced to Peter. I think it's like issue.
Oh yeah, I know. Where she's standing in his doorway.
Yeah, and she says,
exactly
"Face it, Tiger," and then Peter's just standing in the doorway with a blank face, and that got me laughing.
Honestly, real.
I don't know why, but it definitely got me laughing.
I would have been the same way.
Bro, all I'm saying is if a hot redhead shows up at my door saying, "Face it, Tiger, you hit the jackpot," I'm done. Knees weak.
It's
Arms
over.
spaghetti.
All it's gotta do is be a redhead, bro. Top of the line, bro. Redheads are my biggest weakness.
It's okay. We know this.
No, white-haired women, mine. Never will happen. But just maybe. Hopefully. One day. With that being said, any closing thoughts on this?
The
I don't like their trauma bond relationship. Period.
You are.
Like,
But
NJ has turned.
That is at least over. I'd say either 70% of Spider-Man's relationships are trauma bonds.
Pretty much,
I know.
yeah.
I don't like trauma bond relationships because they are never healthy ever.
No.
Clearly because of what MJ has done to Peter over these years. That is one depressing relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're far past because Gwen's alive now.
Yeah. Wait, really?
After the clone arc.
Bro.
After the whole clones where Ben Reilly and Kane and all that were created.
Oh, that's another depiction of bad and bad goes into good. With that being said, though, why in the world did they bring back Gwen? That kind of ruins the entire story of
Not really. They brought back a lot of dead people.
I dislike that.
They should just not bring back dead people.
That's what I'm saying too.
Okay. I'll put it like this. Everyone says that.
It ruins the previous stories because they wrote all that shit for nothing.
It depends. This is why y'all gotta read the clone arc, bro, because it then states that all the clones, yes, they are clones, but they do not have any memories of anything else. So the dead people who are still dead are still dead. They're just clones.
So essentially, it's not Gwen Stacy.
No. It's just a clone. Same thing with why there are still 5 different Scarlet Spiders running around, but none of them are the same. But they're all Peter Parker, quote unquote.
Well, yeah, I'm okay with the Scarlet Spiders. I'm okay with Ben Reilly. What's the other dude? Kane something.
Kane.
Yeah, Kane.
You know, that's a mini series I gotta get y'all to read. Kane is one of the best. Kane is a better Scarlet Spider than Ben Reilly.
I've never read either of them. I'm gonna be so honest.
Whoa. Ben Reilly used to be my favorite Scarlet Spider. Then I picked up Kane.
I'm gonna be so honest. I never read a single one of them. Kaya, we're just throwing names at Kaya now.
No, I know who Ben Reilly is.
See? She's educated.
With that being said, I think the one thing that we have to close this out now is next is Deadpool Samurai. What's y'all's hopes and dreams for this upcoming thing?
I don't know. I just like Deadpool, bro.
I do too, but like my thing is, there haven't been many bad Deadpool runs. Don't get me wrong. There are some times where the writers can completely screw Deadpool over, like they did with Thanos, Deadpool, and Death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the dumbest thing ever, but you know, someone picked it up and fixed Deadpool, so he was out of that toxicity.
So my thing with it is, I like the fact that this is an actual just manga, straight up, like, because it is. I've read the first like few pages. That's it. Deadpool literally states that Shonen Jump picked him up. And I love that. Great. That's all I know about this right now, and I'm already hyped because of the fact that out of all of the superheroes, Deadpool seems the most to vibe in a manga setting. Spider-Man, Deadpool, probably the Hulk, and I gotta say Wolverine probably would be the best in a manga setting. You know?
Actually, it's a type manga. It's called Sneaked. Hold on. I'll show it to you. I think I have it in my library, actually. But Wolverine does technically have a manga.
Well, we'll pick it up eventually. I do know that we gotta read Spider-Man Fake Red. It is another mini-series, but it is also a manga.
True.
It's a really good one. So we'll probably end up. We have up to March laid out, right?
Yes.
So that'll probably be April, starting April. But that's another issue for us to figure out later. We'll write down everything. I merely have this list for us so that way we can sit down and go, okay, I finished Deadpool Samurai. Let me move on.
Yeah.
So that way we're not waiting each week for something else. With that being said, I think that's the wrap up. I don't want us to take too long because, I mean, it's 6 issues, and I'm kind of worried about what's going to happen when we read the 39 issues of Radiant Black.
Like, what's the reaction?
For you!
Gabe, Ichi the Witch is 42 chapters. I put down, y'all are going to hate me for this one. S-Class Revival Hunter is 80 chapters we gotta go through.
It depends on your reading pace, bro. That's all it really depends on.
Slow.
Okay, so I will tell you. Y'all know how the difference between comics, manga, and web novel, or like webtoon, or manga, right?
Mm-hmm.
S-Class Revival Hunter is a manhwa, not a manga.
So I actually read a lot of manhwas.
Yeah, it'll read way faster than you think, because 90% of it is just giant images. You look at it, you read the like few bubbles of speech, and then you go down. Absolute Wonder Woman,
Hold on. Give me a second.
There goes
Let's see.
Dead.
She says she coming back.
Yeah, I know. I know. Either way, Gabe, you excited for this?
Yeah.
Good. Now I don't know what else to talk about.
We could talk about more books, more comics.
I'm thinking about eventually having us actually throw in books, and I don't want to start us huge, so I'm thinking about having us start on the first book of Percy Jackson eventually.
That works. Or we could do, let's see, I actually got a good selection of books. Let's see. We could do Red Rising. That's a pretty small book.
Oh, it is small?
Yeah, it's decently small. Here, I'll tell you what the page count is right quick.
Because I want us to eventually do Brandon Sanderson books, but
That's tragic.
those are
never making
huge.
to do a Brandon Sanderson book.
Huh?
What? What's happening?
Kaya's never making to do a Brandon Sanderson book.
She might. Kaya, thoughts on a actual book that is around 800 pages?
No.
She's not making to do that. Okay, so
No.
Red Rising.
We're not doing that.
Red Rising is 382 pages.
Also, I know who Brandon Sanderson is. No. I put his books away in a used bookstore. I'm not doing that.
Why?
I know how many books this man has made.
He's such a good author.
That's fair. You can like the author, the books, whatever. I ain't doing that shit. I ain't touching it with a 10-foot pole.
Bro. But
just because they're long.
No. Yes. Literally yes. I do not have patience for this.
What if
Dude, I still have one book series that I need to read, and One Piece doesn't count. I still have like, dude, I got
that brings up the point is I don't think she's gonna make it through Nightfall.
I think she will. I think we'll have to delay it a lot.
Okay, so for reference, I have book 2. Anthony still has my book 1 of Nightfall. That aggravates
him
me.
immediately.
Yes. I was random over the other day at Walmart.
Oh boy. Oof.
That's one thing I'm worried about when I move back, because
just fist fight him. Trust.
So for reference, book 2 of Nightfall is 655 pages.
Ugh.
Like Nightfall is pretty big. Like all these are relatively the same size, and there's 3 books in total.
I think we should split it up as each book we just read through.
Yeah, we can do each book. That's fine. They're all pretty long.
Yeah, I do not think it would be smart for us to try binging through all of that at once.
I mean, I've done it before.
I get that, but
especially for me, who's jumping in cold turkey. So
yeah, well, I think we definitely gave Kaya a good starting point because most of up until Radiant Black, it's not that bad.
Radiant Black isn't that bad, bro. What the heck,
bro? It's 39 issues to go through.
Okay, do you want to know how long each of those issues are?
I get it, but they are lore heavy. They are word heavy.
It's the same thing with a lot of stuff. Same thing with Dark Ages, bro. That's why I said it's not like
but
Spider-Man Blue.
It is 6 issues though, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Like, let's see, 30 page average. Realistically, if you skip the extras in the book at the end, it's a 30-page average.
Okay, that's actually
in Radiant Black.
With that being said, I think this is where I'm gonna end it, cause
all right,
it's been 41 minutes.
Goddamn.
Yeah,
valid.
Just us yapping,
and we didn't do nothing but we only yapped about Spider-Man Blue for half of that. So
genuinely, well, see y'all. I guess I don't know.
All right.
Cocaine.